Beloved, I greet you in the name that is above every name, Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God. It is Monday afternoon. I'm speaking to you truth. Now, we should get concerned, especially those of us Christians from the African continent. You wonder why God hears our prayers. If you go to Africa, the spiritual environment is massively good. It's really amazing. I mean, you see open heavens. But how come this spiritual atmosphere doesn't transcend, it doesn't affect our development in technology and other areas? It's the emphasis. Many of us are, even though we preach from the pulpit, we have experience with the Holy Spirit, we are still ignorant about the workings of the Holy Spirit. If you look at the Bible carefully from Genesis, you see in creation, God's Spirit brought things to light, unseen things. The dry land wasn't physical. It has been covered with chaos, darkness, whatever. But when God spoke, the Spirit of God brought the dry land, and out of the dry land, God created things. And from the sea waters, God created fishes and all kinds of things, and they exist till today. What am I trying to say? The Spirit of God is still a creative spirit. It creates things. We saw how Jesus, by the Holy Spirit, restored cripples, did all kinds of things, fed people. What does that teach us? How come we have so much pastors and there are many so-called prophets on the continent of Africa, and all we prophesy about is things that are not significant? Let me say that. We focus so much on demons. Yeah, demons are real. They are real. I don't dispute it. I'm a preacher myself. But how come the Holy Spirit can let you identify evil spirit, stop their influence, but can't help us to be agriculturally good or technologically good? Why? Is the emphasis. Until we begin to emphasize what the Spirit of God can do physically, mentally, academically, economically, architecturally, technologically, we will not get anywhere. We'll continue to trail behind the rest of the nations, despite we have the spirit of intelligence. I feel sad when we emphasize so much on the Holy Spirit, but how does it affect our continent in terms of development? Look at the changes Joseph, Daniel, and other people caused in the countries where they were even living in exile by the Spirit of God. Look, God by his Spirit told Noah to use gopher wood. You know why God said he should use gopher wood? God created all the woods. But when it came to Noah, he said, assignment I'm giving you, use gopher wood, and gave him the dimensions, how to use it. Because gopher wood can survive years of decay without decaying. Today, if you go to the areas of Ararat in modern Turkey, the remains of the Ark of Noah's Ark is still there. Thousands of years, those wood hasn't decayed yet. Of all the woods in the world, why did God choose gopher wood? You see, I'm sad. The young generation coming, please listen. The Spirit of God, the whole of the Passover, we were talking about, if the Spirit that raised Christ from the dead dwells in you, it shall quicken your mortal body. But the Spirit that raised Christ, the Holy Spirit, doesn't only quicken mortal bodies. It brings transformation. It brings technological ideas. It brings architectural ideas. Study the scriptures. God showed the Ark of the Covenant to Moses. Only Moses saw it like a video, like a vision. And God said, I've given my spirit to Bezalel and Julia. Tell them, just describe everything to them. By my spirit in them, they will do exactly what I wanted. And lo and behold, it happened. The same spirit, we all have it. If you are an accountant, you are a medical doctor, you are whatever you are, can the same spirit help us to develop things? Why are we using the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of God, for only emotional things? Only emotional things. And our continent is deprived of basic life things. We have to fall on nations that are backslided, nations that are practicing all kinds of vice, and you wonder how they are more productive than us. Something is not right. Something is not right, because the Spirit of God is a creative spirit. The Spirit of God can help us. I read that Michael Faraday relied on the Holy Spirit to even help him get electricity. So if the Spirit of God is still capable of doing that, why are we sitting in dark and politicians are messing us up and turning the light on and off whenever they like? With all the spirituality in Africa, and some of our elderly seniors in the faith can brag of their spiritual strength and intelligence and everything. Yet when it comes to productivity, physical productivity, it is sad. We can't even create a bridge over waters. There is nothing that is happening on our continent. We look at politicians and they steal from the country. They'll go and borrow money and share among themselves. These people, you can't build nations with them. You can't build nation with such people. You go and borrow money to come and do a project in the country, and then you come and you share it into your pocket. You are enemies of the country. These are real demons. Demons. When you talk about demons, this is real demons. Even demons won't do that. You know, demons work together. Demons work together. If you don't believe it, look at the story of Legion in the Bible. See how many demons were living together in this man. They were together. They were together. They work as a unit. Things that demons are not doing, we are doing. You ask yourself, human beings behaving like this? Yet when it's getting to politicians, they will come and plead for the vote of the people. And after they get the vote, they'll go and do these things animals will not even do. It's a shame, isn't it? But I look at ourselves, those of us who have got the fruit of the Spirit and the Holy Spirit, we are partly to be blamed, isn't it? We are partly to be blamed. It's sad. You, the new generation coming, please study, forget about the senior generation, study the Bible and begin to call on God to give us wisdom, how we can turn things around. Okay? It took few people, Ezra, Nehemiah, and Zerubbabel, to reconstruct the broken down nation of Israel. One tackled the war, one tackled the city, and one tackled the worship of God. 3 people. We need such leaders on the continent of Africa, not the greedy ones we have, but preachers. It's also coming from us. I'm sad to say that the way we are presenting the Holy Spirit to people is the problem. We focus, those of you focusing on demons all the time, demons. There's something wrong with you. You should all go and see psychiatric doctors. I'm sorry to say that. The Lord bless you all.